Good morning, KU. It is Tuesday morning. I'm our CSA.
And I'm Riley Botts.
And did you watch the KU basketball game last night?
Well, that's the big talking point of the day. So, yeah, I got to see a little bit of the basketball game. It was definitely an interesting game because, from our loss of Iowa State, I think everybody was expecting a huge game to be at Allen Fieldhouse. And we definitely showed up, especially in the last few minutes of that game last night.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. I didn't get to go, but I saw a lot of Snapchat stories from a lot of my friends.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed pretty packed.
Yep, and we broke a world record for the world's loudest indoor sporting event. So
a Guinness World Record, so that's how you know it's like a real.
So another thing we can add on to the list of accomplishments that K-State does not have. So.
Yeah, so that's always exciting. That's one to put on the books.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody was really excited about that. There's a lot of love last night.
Speaking of love, it is Valentine's Day.
Today's the day.
Today is the day. I went to Dylan's last night to pick up some things to make Rice Krispie treats for people, and while I was there were so many men just there buying like flowers and bears for people, and they all looked so frantic. It was so funny.
See, I always think that the real Valentine's Day is the day after Valentine's Day because that's when you get all the clearance chocolates, just stack up. Throw them out, hand them out, keep them for yourself.
You have to go early this year, though, or like now, because people know about that, and so by the time you get there, all the candy's gone consistently.
It's definitely picking up in popularity, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, it's really not okay. And it's like if it's couples buying the candy, then that's just disrespectful. Like you had your day.
And it's just, I was thinking about Valentine's Day the other day, and it's such a weird, like the mascot for Valentine's Day is a baby that shoots arrows into people. So
yeah.
I'm still contemplating that one, and I'm 20 years old to this day. But
do you know the origin behind that? Did you happen to look it up?
Can we get some information or something on Cupid? Like,
I don't get it. But speaking of Valentine's Day, our very own Keely McCormick went out on Jayhawk Boulevard to ask some people questions about it.
I'm Keely McCormick, and I decided to walk around KU's campus today to find out what people are doing for Valentine's Day.
It's kind of sad because my boyfriend's in Pennsylvania.
I think it's dumb because I don't have a Valentine, but I'm going to celebrate Galentine. It's kind of a sad holiday for me.
Okay, Big J, what are your Valentine's Day plans for this year? That's not appropriate for TV.
Oh, I'm going to go see Lego Batman with my mom after we go to Culver's.
I'm planning on going to Hillel and hanging out with all my Jewish friends.
Netflix and chill.
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna hang out with, my non-existent girlfriend.
Okay, are you gonna get her a gift?
I might surprise her, but she might be watching this, so I can't say.
So we can't let her know. Okay.
No, but I hope she's gonna get me some candy.
Okay, what's your favorite Valentine's Day candy?
Probably the little sweet tarts with the writing on them. Those are pretty fun.
Is the little hearts that say things on them.
Well, we both really like fried chicken.
Sweethearts.
Gotta be those caramel, like, I don't know how to explain them. Caramel candies with like pink around. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
Chocolate with caramel in it.
Expecting any secret admirers this year?
I am not. I would be surprised if I had a secret admirer.
Yeah. Do you have any Valentine's Day traditions?
Try and find the prettiest girl and say Happy Valentine's Day.
No, because I've always been single.
Definitely a lot of different candies for Valentine's Day and a lot of different favorites. So what's your favorite candy?
Oh, my favorite candy for Valentine's Day? I don't know. I'm a huge fan of chocolate, so like I always go pretty hard on that. I love peanut butter M&Ms, and that's not a Valentine's Day candy, but they make special Valentine's Day packaging for it, so it counts.
Yeah, I prefer to wait for like Easter and get the little peanut butter Reese's Easter eggs.
So your favorite's not a Valentine's Day candy at all?
I mean, you get those little hard candies, and I think they suck. But
do you like the sweethearts?
like I said, I think they suck.
You don't-
But I like chocolate. I'm a chocolate kind of guy.
You are?
Yep.
You don't like any of the fruity kind of candies or anything?
I mean, I'll hit Sour Patch Kids, but I mean, there's no Valentine's Day special on Sour Patch Kids, so it's disappointing.
How do you feel? Okay, so you like chocolates. How do you feel about those chocolates that don't have the flavor? Like when you get the box and you open it and they have all the different kinds in there, but you don't know which kind you're choosing.
I think it's I think that's an evil and scary thought because there's a lot of different exotic flavors in chocolate boxes, and you know, there's sometimes you'll throw one in and you're just like, this is not what I wanted.
What's the worst one?
I don't know, probably coconut. I'm not a coconut fan, so.
Yeah, I was gonna probably say the same. So after the break, we will actually be speaking with KU grad and 2017 Dole Fellow Johanna Maska, so stick around.
Have a nice day. You too. Have a great day. Thanks. You too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
And welcome back. I'm here with 2017 Dole Fellow Johanna Maska. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Great. So, Johanna, you're a KU grad.
I am.
Yeah,
So I graduated in 2004. My husband and I are both actually Jayhawks. We had an incredible journey after our Jayhawk days. I was incredibly lucky to work for President Obama for 8 years. I was his director of press advance. I did his publicity. I traveled with him to 40 countries and more without in almost every state. It was an opportunity of a lifetime, and now we're coming back to the Dole Institute, back to our Jayhawk roots to talk about politics, which we're excited about.
Awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about what that discussion group series will cover?
Yeah. So we're looking at Trump's first 100 days in office from the perspective of someone who was part of a campaign that came in as, a change candidate. I'm actually pretty excited because I think I bring a unique perspective on, President Trump, on his first 100 days, but we're engaging various administration officials from various administrations, including the Bush administration, the Clinton administration, national security representatives, where we'll bring them back to campus and have a conversation with hopefully students in the community about our current political climate, hopefully diving deeper than sometimes our partisan rhetoric allows us to.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think is interesting about the administration so far?
The interesting thing is, I remember when we were first in office, and you win a big election and you get in office, and we were just talking recently, a friend of mine in the National Security Council from our administration, and you kind of, you have all of these objectives that you want to accomplish right away. And you realize over the course of an administration that that change is much harder, that sometimes there's a reason for some of the bureaucracy that we have. You learn a lot, and you learn to listen a lot more. I often tell people that after working in administration, I'm probably less political than I was before, because I root for America, and I will always root for America. And so, I root for our leaders. So I think what we're going to do is really analyze the ins and outs of this administration, hopefully bring new voices into the conversation, kind of talk about how we can improve our own communities and as a nation at the Dole Institute, which is great.
That sounds awesome. So aside from CJ and yourself, what other guests will be there for the program?
So Greg Jenkins is one who had my position in the Bush administration, and I think that'll be interesting because he had the Clinton transition. So he actually came in from, it was the Clinton administration had taken the W's off the keys, if you remember, for George W. Bush. Then they transitioned to us. So I know my former colleagues in the Bush administration, and of course our administration transitioned to the Trump administration. We're going to talk about transitions. That's my first guest. We have a number of guests. I won't preview them all. I know that we'll release them all as we get them, but it should be an interesting conversation.
That sounds great. So any advice for Jayhawks out there that want to end up working in the White House?
There are Jayhawks everywhere. I often tell this story. I was in Jordan on a pre-advance visit for President Obama, and we're sitting around a table with all these diplomats, and all of a sudden, one of them we were introducing ourselves, and he said, I actually went to a university in the United States. I went to the University of Kansas, and everyone's like, oh my God, Johanna went to the University of Kansas, and it was fantastic. It broke down so many barriers. There are people out there who want to be your mentor and help you up. There are people who have your shared experience, and you should lean on them. But ultimately, I talk about a lot how, if you want to ride a bike, you must pedal. I heard it from an Italian diplomat, and it really stuck with me in the sense of whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to see in the world, you have to just go do it and be the change you want to see in the world. And so hopefully, as part of our discussions, we can give people the tools to empower them to be the change that they want to see in the world, because I think, as President Obama said, our best role, the most important role in our democracy is that of being a citizen. So we all have a role to play, and I think right now, especially with people having such strong opinions on both sides, it's even more important that we get involved and we have that conversation.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so. Come March 1st. March 1st, it'll be my husband and I interviewing each other about our journey, which will be, it's unique because we've both kind of leaned on each other and made different decisions so that we could get ourselves to DC and then LA and all sorts of moves. I think it'll be interesting to young people who want to set about a path to have it all. We are really blessed to have a son and a family and each other, and we lean on each other a lot. But March 1st, come find out more.
That sounds great. Well, thank you for coming. And don't forget to come out to the Dole discussion groups every Wednesday at 4 starting March 1st. Please stay tuned for the news update.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back, I'm Malik Jackson.
And I'm Melanie Shaner, and this is your Tuesday Good Morning KU News Update. At least 188,000 people living downstream of California's Oroville Dam were ordered to evacuate late Sunday over concern that a damaged emergency spillway could cause severe flooding. A gaping hole appeared in the dam last week, and that prompted state officials to begin releases for the first time in the reservoir's history. The dam is the tallest one in the United States and is a critical piece of the California's water system.
A Netflix survey says just about half of U.S. binge watchers admit to cheating on their significant others by jumping ahead on a show they agreed to watch together. The predictable reason why is a lack of self-control. Nearly 70% said they just needed to see what happens next. The U.S. ranks 5th on the cheating list, falling far behind Mexico and Brazil. The most faithful countries were the Netherlands, Poland, and Germany.
Lawmakers in the Kansas Senate returned to work this week, facing new tax bills to close the state's projected deficit. State Democrats will present a plan today after a Republican plan was pulled from consideration last Thursday after support lagged. Governor Brownback has also submitted a plan that calls for about $200 million in new revenue from increases in tobacco and alcohol taxes.
Students and staff at Blue Valley High School in Stillwell, Kansas, gathered at the football field on Monday morning to pray for their football coach who suffered a ruptured brain aneurysm. Coach Eric Driscoll is currently in the ICU fighting for his life. His wife said he needs a miracle and asked everyone to keep him in their prayers.
Fans at last night's basketball game are now part of a Guinness World Record. After the pregame video, the noise level hit a mark of 130.4 decibels, which, according to Guinness representative Philip Robertson, is a new world record. The old record was 126.4 decibels and set in Rupp Arena at last month's KU Kentucky game.
And that was pretty incredible. And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Stay tuned, and Katie will have more on that. And we'll be right back with Katie with sports. Please keep watching.
Welcome back. I'm Katie Trigg here with a quick sports update. It was a comeback that KU fans will never forget. KU trailed West Virginia by 14 points with just less than 3 minutes remaining in a game the Mountaineers had been dominating all night. Then it happened. Guards Devontae Graham and Frank Mason suddenly got hot and West Virginia went cold. The Jayhawks rallied to tie the game on a pair of Mason free throws and then kept the momentum going in an 84-80 overtime victory. The win pushes the Jayhawks record to 23-3 overall and 11-2 in the Big 12 Conference. With the loss, West Virginia drops to 8-5 in conference play. Baylor also lost last night, dropping the Bears to 9-4. A KU win on Saturday in Waco would all but assure the Jayhawks of the record-tying 13th straight conference title. Tip-off is at noon. The men's track and field team is ranked number 8 in the latest coaches poll. This is the first time in program history the Jayhawks have cracked the top 10. The field events have been the team's strengths this indoor season, with top marks in the pole vault, the throws, and the triple jump. The Big 12 Indoor Championships are February 24th, 25th in Ames, Iowa. The softball team is off to a great start this season. The Jayhawks began the season in Florida, going 5-0 in the Stetson tournament. KU outscored its opponents 44-4. They'll play another 5 games this weekend at the North Florida tournament. That's going to wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching, and Andrew and Rune will be back after the break with today's weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Have a nice day. You too. Have a great day. Thanks. You too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Welcome back. My name's Andrew Wagner, and we are currently out with the Rune, who's outside of Wesco, looking towards Snow Hall and Strong Hall. Rune, what does the current temperature feel like out there right now?
It's a little chilly out here, Andrew. It's pretty gusty. I mean, I see a lot of jackets and stuff, but hopefully it'll warm up soon. But yeah, a little cold at the time right now.
Yeah, and then can you tell it's Valentine's Day today from what people are wearing out there, or is it the normal typical Tuesday wear?
Yeah, it's pretty typical Tuesday, man. It's I'm sure it'll come out later as it gets warmer, but right now just an average Tuesday. But there are some people selling Valentine's out here and they're buttered down, so it'll be all right.
Yeah, And then, that's cool. And then with that, is there cloud cover today, or is it like sunny out there right now?
It's a little cloud covered, but it looks like it's going to burn off later in the day. It's pretty blue skies behind me, but yeah, it's looking good out here.
Yeah, just a little cloud cover. Well, that cloud cover is going to stay with us for most of the day, but it's going to be a great day to go out to Clinton Lake or just get on top of a hill somewhere and watch that sunset with that special someone. Thank you, Rune. And now we're going to get to today's weather, as we will have a high of 54 degrees with mostly sunny skies and winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour. And then breaking down your day for you, we can see that currently and within the next 30 minutes, we'll have a temperature of 44 degrees with mostly sunny skies. And then moving on into the 3 p.m. hour, our temperature will be at 54 degrees. And then moving on into the evening hours, our temperature will start to decrease to 52 degrees. And will start to decrease as we move on into the rest of the night. And then looking at the overnight hours tonight, our low temperature will bottle out at 27 degrees with that mostly clear skies and the winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then looking at tomorrow, our high temperature for the day will be 50 with sunny skies, no cloud cover in sight, and those winds at around 10 miles per hour. So it might be a little breezy, but not too bad for you. And then looking at the rest of the 5-day forecast, we can see that Wednesday's low will be 31. And then on Thursday, we do have a jump in the high temperature from the low 50s to the high 60s, with a high of 67 and a low of 39. And then on Friday, we have relatively the same with 68 and 41. And then on Saturday, we have a high of 65, so that temperature will decrease a little into the mid-60s, but it's still going to be nice for you to enjoy that weekend and enjoy going out and watching the Baylor game somewhere with your friends. And other than that, that's all we have for Good Morning KU today. So happy Valentine's Day, and we hope you join us right back here next Tuesday at 10 a.m.